Mem. Big things are going on in this our republic, and we're walking a tightrope drunk. It took a brave man, a whistleblower of Icelandic origin, Johan Stefannson, to bring to light some stank the dank, the most foul olfactory nightmare in our fishing sector, and I'm truly ashamed. This here growth spot where we live, less than 2.3 million people, when I last checked, despite our God-given wealth, cannot, whilst having contributed to state coffers for 30 years, provide a decent existence for all our people. It's just an abomination. Foei! This week, I spoke to Itarap's most vociferous citizens on matters that affect us, and particularly corruption. Investigative journalist John Grobler, activist Monica Nambelela, and August Maletzky. I asked them to share their thoughts on the recent #fishrot story that broke recently.
Next year, we will be worse off than we were this year. 2022, we will be biting the bullet like never before. Whatever Kali Slootwyn is telling you is not even a mitigation, it's a brutal lie. The fish rots from the head. And people would think, yeah, the head of state is aware of these things. Of course the head of state, Mr. Hage Geingob, is aware of these things. He knows pretty well what is happening around him. But as I said a while ago, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And if the king lives in a glass house, and his followers are aware of the fact that he lives in a glass house, will they obey the constitution of the land? No, they won't.
There is nothing new about what we see now in the fishrot files, except the scale on which it was done. But if you look over my right-hand shoulder here, you'll see that there's a Media Award '95 that I won for exposing how Helmut Angula, as the then Minister of Fisheries in '94, held 30% interest in Padda Kuttel's Northern Fisheries Company, which company that year had obtained a nearly fourfold increase in quota. Now, Angula didn't deny this, but denied that he had anything to do with the increase in quota.
Takish Angala knows too much of his boss. He knows that if you arrest me, I'm going to spill the beans on you. If you touch me, I'll spill the beans on you. Why do you think his account in Namibia was frozen? Do you think he doesn't have accounts in Mauritius, or he doesn't have accounts in Switzerland? And are you telling me that we don't have competent lawyers, advocates, that have the skill to, on an urgent basis, cause these accounts that they have, wherever, in Switzerland, Iceland, or wherever, to be frozen? Who are these people trying to fool? You are arresting and freezing local accounts in petty pennies in the Republic of Namibia. Yet, you bypass your responsibility to freeze their accounts in foreign jurisdictions. It doesn't cost any miracle for the government of the Republic of Namibia to employ senior counsel in NAMFLEX chambers to have the accounts of these hooligans, wherever they are, in Germany, Iceland, wherever, frozen, so that these monies can be repatriated to the Republic of Namibia when these people are found guilty by a competent court of law. That hasn't happened. In fact, Namibians are being fooled by, yes, their accounts were frozen in Namibia. How much money is in Namibia?
No one would, dare touch Saki and his interest because, well, I guess he knows where all the bodies are buried. He's been getting away with all of this all along, and has become virtually untouchable. He's been exposed by us local Namibian media over and over and over. So, the question is, why has nothing happened? And we do it. Why do we have to wait for, a foreign media to do a very good job of exposing the whole thing?
There are many forms of corruption: bribery, cronyism, extortion, embezzlement, graft.
It has always been easier just to praise the chief rather than do your job. Meritocracy meant nothing. Loyalty was everything, and loyalty was always rewarded, and criticism was harshly punished. Those who spoke out against this, Otto Herregel, our first finance minister, there's been a whole string of them. Anton van Wietersheim, all of those people stood up and said no. They were immediately kicked out of government and cut off from the SWAPO culture. You know, there's a saying, it is very cold outside SWAPO. You know, why are they saying that? They're saying to us that, you know, listen, we have the money. Like, you know, Sophie Shaninga was threatening at Tula. You know, we have the money. We'll take, you know, we'll sort you out. It is a culture of corruption that brought us to where we are now.
You know, for a very long time we've been touching the small fish. We must make example of a high-ranked official, and maybe it's about time we fire Noah, because it looks like he's sitting on the corruption cases. And I understand that these people are politically connected. I mean, if, you know, everybody, it's like, if everybody in parliament is everybody from the ruling party, it looks like to be, you know, it looks like the ticket to corruption. You need to be a card-carrying member of blue, red, green.
These quotas, you know, which amounts to, I think, 80,000 tons of, you know, horse mackerel, that was allocated to Fishcore, a struggling state company, to protect the jobs in, you know, in Fishcore. Hadn't led to more jobs in Fishcore. In fact, it led to all the jobs being lost from Namsoft, one of the other large horse mackerel holders. Over 500 jobs lost because their quota was simply taken away and given to, you know, Sameri. You know, and when this was contested in court and the Minister of Fisheries lost, Saki just rewrote the law. You know, and that is the insane part. And I think this is, you know, why things have now, you know, escalated to where this scandal has the breaking of the SWAPO government in it, I think, you know, because it is literally the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, it started in '94, and from then on it just sort of, you know, got out of control. You know, it's these concessional deals that have been made all along, and none of the players in this are actually new to me. I have, for example, exposed Saki Shangala and Atukulipi, along with a bunch of other people like Ndotola Ngolo, Ranga Akala, etc., for their role in the Namibia liquid fuel deal back in 2005. And those all people were basically around Sam Nujoma in State House. You know, Leeuwenkamp was the economic advisor, Saki was then in the office of the then Attorney General, Binukeni Etana, and her right-hand man. All of these people were really close to the centers of power. They were basically the factotums for the bigger boys, taking care of business on their behalf effectively, I think. And even though, you know, it was a slam dunk, it was very clear what was going on in 2004, nothing was done to these, you know, individuals.